From the University of Maryland's Robert A. Smith School of Business, this is the Smith Report, Summer Edition. I'm Pablo Suarez from the Office of Marketing Communications. This summer, we'll feature a series of conversations with Maryland Smith MBA students working as interns. And this week, we're chatting with Urshilah Senthilnathan, or Urshi for short. She's a senior product management intern for Amazon in Austin, Texas, and we recently had the chance to catch up with her and hear about her summer experience. Urshi, thank you so much for joining us today. And just to kind of get right into it, can you give us a brief overview of your internship and what you're doing specifically?
Sure. So thanks for having me today. I'm interning at Amazon and I'm working on an Amazon's application for the EHS needs of Amazon. EHS is all about environment, health, and safety. So the tool that I'm working on is called Austin, which is Amazon Universal Safety, Trust, and Insights for the Fulfillment Network. So what it does is it makes note of all the incidents that may happen at the fulfillment center and then devise a mechanism to mitigate it in the future. So this is being used across all the business lines in Amazon, and we are planning to expand it to all the business lines in Amazon. It is being used by select few business lines in Amazon, and so what my part comes here is to strategize, develop, and recommend opportunities to expand the EHS product offering of Austin to address all the EHS needs. So what happens right now is I think about gaps that are existing in the application right now and ways to bridge the gap and mitigate any sort of incidents or accidents that might happen in the future, so as to make sure Amazon is one of the safest employers in the world. Yeah.
Awesome. And what does your day-to-day look like? And what kind of responsibilities are you tasked with on a daily basis?
So on a day-to-day basis, I go to the office in person. So I work in the Austin office, Amazon's Austin office, and so we do not have any set agenda for the day. It's not like I have every day. I have a meeting at 9 a.m. It's not like that. But then it's about me to schedule interviews or schedule meetings with the key stakeholders, the subject matter experts in the domain where I have to work for my project, and then go about by acquiring knowledge and researching through market trends. So my work is all about a research project. So a typical day in my work is like researching all the market trends and seeing for opportunities where the application that I'm working on can be made better and be usable by all the employees in Amazon.
Yeah, excellent. And you mentioned that you're at the Austin division of Amazon. So can you give us a sense of what it's been like living in Austin and maybe what you've enjoyed most about being there?
Sure. So one of my favorite things about this internship is moving to Austin. So being an international student, I got this opportunity to explore other places in the US, and the people whom I meet here. So I get to work with a lot of interns from different parts in the US. So I get to hear their perspectives and the different products in which they are working. So I get to know how diverse Amazon is. And finally, it's the food. Austin, I like to try different cuisines. So Austin gives me the perfect place to try a lot of food, like the Tex-Mex and every other food that I get.
Yeah, I need to get down there to try the Tex-Mex for sure.
Yes, you should.
So you mentioned making that move as an international student. And I was curious as to, with you being at a new internship, how did you go about making a first impression or connecting with your colleagues? What are some things that really helped you in that area?
Sure. So I was actually welcomed into the team very well in Amazon. I was also apprehensive in the beginning. Okay, how do I act in front of my colleagues, or how do I keep my composure calm and composed? So, but then the culture was very inclusive. The team was actually looking forward to help me whenever required. The team was very warm and welcoming. And the team went above and beyond to make sure I was comfortable on my day one. Even though there was some glitches in my laptop, I wasn't able to log in. My manager made sure I was part of the meetings by sharing the laptop with me. So we were in the call together from her laptop. So it was a very welcoming environment which I was in at Amazon. So Amazon made it very easy for me to get started with my internship here.
Well, I'm glad to hear that you've had a good experience so far. And Urshi, I also wanted to ask you, how did you go about obtaining this internship, and what were some of the steps that you took to get there?
So I got this internship by checking out the Amazon's career website and then applying over there. So it's the normal, traditional way of applying to the job is what I had done. So I went about applying for the job, and then I had my friend, so I worked in Deloitte. So my colleague in Deloitte, my ex-colleague in Deloitte actually works in Amazon right now. So I was able to get a referral since he knew me professionally. So I was able to get a referral for the job, and he recommended for the job for me through the referral. And then the traditional ways of all the screening and everything went on. So I had applied for this job early on. So it happened in October last year. So I was pretty much applied early, and I beat the rush in that process, I guess. And then I kept track of all the deadlines and made sure I was on time. And I had my interviews on January 4th, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. So it was right after my after the New Year break. So I was all prepared. I had time to prepare for the interview and then give my interview on time. So it was I didn't go about with networking, but I was in the traditional track of applying and then working towards the interviews.
And could you maybe speak a little bit about how this internship relates to any previous work experience that you might have?
So that's a nice question. So even I was of the perception that it would be similar to my work experience that I had before. So I have almost 6 years of work experience before, but then I was completely wrong. It was not at all related to any of the skills that I had used in my previous work experience. This is like totally a research project. So it is about your initiative to work on it, your drive to work on it. So it's about problem solving and how do you approach this particular problem. So even though it was like, how do you use the how do you work with other colleagues, those kind of experience is what I take from my previous job. But then other than that, how do I work on the exact project? How do I proceed with it? So it's all that I occurred here at Amazon.
Yeah, I mean, always fun to take on a new challenge anyway.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, are there maybe any classes from your MBA experience that have helped you so far at your internship?
So I wouldn't be able to pinpoint on one program that helped me with in my internship. It's about the entire MBA program itself is what helped me, I guess, because I am totally new to the different concepts that are being covered in MBA. So I'm new to finance, I'm new to economics. So, but MBA gave me the opportunity, even though if I didn't have any prior experience, I was given the opportunity to learn all that from scratch. So that gave me the confidence that I can learn anything new and I'll be able to excel in it. And that motivation is what has helped me strive here as well. It's not about one class that helped me guide my internship. It's about the entire experience that I acquired in the last 1 year that helped me proceed in my internship.
Well, we love hearing about the personal strides that you've made, and congratulations to you on that front. I'm also curious about, maybe what new skills you can take from this experience that you think are going to help you later on in your career.
So the skills that I think would help me later on in my career, in my life as well, is communicating with the person in charge and asserting my own opinion were the largest areas of growth. And I have a number of responsibilities when it came to my internship. I needed to learn how to prioritize my tasks by order of importance or workload, as well as juggle a few different tasks at once. So this is the key for both like life and work, like to how do I multitask when a lot of work is there for me. And then hate to say it, but my internship wasn't like sailing smooth all the time. So I came across problems, whether a question about how to do something or a computer glitch or a mistake. So problem solving is the universal skill that I learned in the internship. So how do I fix a problem? So by asking questions, doing research, asking for help, and obviously trying my luck with the trial and error methods. Yeah.
Yes, certainly some great insights there. And Urshi, for students who are going to be seeking their internships next year, so people who are in your position, what advice do you have for them?
My advice is to be prepared. So as internship applications begin to open, the best piece of advice I can give is pay attention to the details in the job description before applying to internships. Look up different companies you may be interested in working and make an organized spreadsheet. The OCS would be able to help you come up with the lamp list, and OCS helped me with that as well. And then this way, when internship season approaches, you already have some materials prepared to be proactive and apply early. So that's one thing. And then the next thing is obviously, as I told before, apply early and beat the rush. So along with keeping track of deadlines, it should go without saying, but follow all the directions, include a resume and cover letter. If they ask, answer all the questions on the application, like tailor your resume so that it answers all the responsibilities that is put up in the job post. And from a personal experience, I would say, even if it says optional, try to attach the cover letter. And working in an internship is oftentimes vastly different from any previous experience. So come with an open mind so that you learn a lot in the process.
Well, we appreciate you sharing that with us. And Urshi, I want to thank you again for taking the time to speak with us about what seems like a really exciting internship. And we're looking forward to having you back here on campus in the fall. So thank you so much again, and please take care.
Thank you, you too.
That's our conversation with Maryland Smith MBA student Urshilah Senthilnathan, who's interning this summer with Amazon. Thanks, Urshi, for sharing your experience with us, and thank you for tuning in. From the University of Maryland's Robert A. Smith School of Business, I'm Pablo Suarez from the Office of Marketing Communications.